Just when we thought 3 Atlas was the only interstellar visitor, NASA has a shocker. 4 more are on the way. These mysterious visitors, all converging on the same orbit, are causing chaos in the skies. From bright comets to silent radar-detected asteroids, their synchronized movements defy logic. Are these cosmic wanderers a natural phenomenon, or is something else at work? Over the past few months, something truly extraordinary has been happening in our corner of the universe. And it all started with a single flash of light in the night sky. A mysterious interstellar object dubbed 3I Atlas made headlines in 2023 when it was confirmed to be the first known interstellar comet to enter the solar system. But now NASA has made an even more astonishing revelation. It's not alone. In fact, 4 other objects, each with similar orbits, have been spotted in our skies converging on Earth's orbit. It all started when astronomers around the world reported faint signals from their telescopes. It's almost as if the universe was sending a warning. The signals came from 4 separate objects, which at first seemed unrelated until further analysis revealed something astonishing. Not only were all 4 of these celestial bodies entering our solar system, but they were moving in perfect synchrony, entering our neighborhood at almost the same time. At the time of discovery, no one could have predicted how closely aligned their paths would be. The 4 objects each seemingly following a path that brought them close to Earth's orbit. Their orbits were not parallel, nor were they moving randomly through space. Instead, they all seemed to be being led along the same mysterious corridor, common gravitational path beyond common understanding. These objects, the Green Wanderer, the long-tailed intruder, the split light, and the silent one, seemed to be more than just visitors from the far reaches of the universe. When they were observed by astronomers at multiple observatories in Chile, Arizona, and Namibia, initial excitement turned to skepticism. What made this even more puzzling was that the speed, each object's unique characteristics, their movements seemed to match perfectly. This arrangement has raised some difficult questions for scientists. Are these objects on a pre-calculated trajectory, one that is taking them straight into the inner solar system? What could cause their orbits to synchronize so precisely? And what could have brought these objects to our cosmic neighborhood at the same time? First, the Green Wanderer or Green Wanderer has been a wonder to astronomers since its first appearance. With its unusually bright emerald hue, it was quickly named after its mesmerizing hue. Strangely, the brightness of the Green Wanderer far exceeded all expectations, especially for an object of such modest size. Spectroscopic analysis revealed that the source of the green light came from diatomic carbon molecules, which glow when excited by the sun's ultraviolet rays. A familiar phenomenon, but not enough to explain the entire mystery of this comet. What really baffles scientists is its energy curve. As it approaches Earth, Green Wanderer appears to absorb solar energy at an unexpected rate, causing the comet's core to glow brighter and brighter in a way that cannot be explained by conventional physical models. Some researchers have suggested that there may be an undocumented energy amplification mechanism, or even that something inside the comet is purposefully responding to the light, as if Green Wanderer is not just a bare block of ice, but an entity, sending some kind of signal through space. Following Green Wanderer was the dramatic appearance of the long-tailed intruder comet, also known as Lemon. Unlike its mysterious emerald green brother, Lemon had been recorded for many years and was considered a stable comet, quietly traveling along its long winding orbit before disappearing into the dark void of the universe. However, in an unbelievable turn of events, Lemon suddenly exploded violently, creating a giant tail that stretched nearly 100 million kilometers long, enough to reach halfway to Mars. This phenomenon has shocked the astronomers. Although familiar with the bright tails of comets, no one expected Lemon to possess such a huge and dynamic structure. However, what really worries scientists is not just a majestic tail, but the mysterious fluctuations in its orbit. Lemon is no longer moving in an orbit governed solely by radiation or the sun's gravity. Sophisticated measurements have detected small, extremely precise and intentional adjustments in its orbit that could not have occurred naturally. Some bold hypotheses have been put forward. Is there some invisible force controlling Lemon? These subtle but regular changes have led many researchers to begin to ask, is Lemon not just a floating piece of ice, but part of something larger? A chain of events silently taking place in the universe of which humans have only just scratched the surface. Next, in a string of phenomena that has left astronomers baffled, is Comet Tsukenshun Atlas, also known by its haunting name, a splitting light unlike any other comet yet observed. Tsukenshun Atlas has a strange light curve that oscillates at an inexplicable rate. Instead of maintaining a steady brightness, it flickers at regular intervals,
alternating between dimming and brightening,
as if some invisible internal timing mechanism were operating. The anomalies didn't stop there. During their monitoring, astronomers detected faint but distinct radio pulses that emanated at a precise 9-hour interval, a pattern that curiously matched perfectly with similar pulses previously recorded from 2 other comets, Green Wanderer and Lemon. 3 objects. 3 completely different orbits, sharing the same energetic rhythm as if they were communicating across the void in a frequency language that humans are only just beginning to understand. Some scientists have suggested that this could be a rare natural phenomenon, the result of magnetic resonance or a peculiar chemical reaction in the comet's core, but others more cautious or curious have suggested that Tsukenshun Atlas, along with Lemon and Green Wanderer, may be more than just isolated chunks of ice drifting through space. Could there be some kind of hidden artificial structure inside a purpose-built signaling mechanism? Or is this the first sign that something or someone is watching us from afar via 3 light-traveling comets? The final object, designated 2024 Year 4, is perhaps the biggest mystery of the entire series. Unlike the bright comets that preceded it, this asteroid emits no light or noticeable optical signals at all. In fact, it appears to be completely silent at all wavelengths visible to humans. The existence of 2024 Year 4 was only detected by faint radar reflections, and it was during that analysis that scientists noticed something unusual. Its surface reflects energy in a precise pattern, perfectly synchronized with a 9-hour cycle of radio. Pulses emitted by comets Green Wanderer, Lemon, and Tsukenshun Atlas. The asteroid hurtles through space at terrifying speeds, but its trajectory feels purposeful, as if guided by an invisible hand with no tail, no light, no signs of life. 2024YR4 moves silently through the cold void, following the same cosmic corridor as the 3 mysterious comets, as if part of some unified structure. What has scientists amazed is this seemingly perfect synchronization. The odds of 4 different objects moving in separate regions, sharing the same energy rhythm and correlated orbits, are virtually 0. Is this a rare coincidence of nature, or a form of intentional alignment? A network operating in the darkness of the universe, the first traces of which humans have only just begun to notice. As these objects approached Earth, something even stranger began to happen. Scientists began to record unusual phenomena in the atmosphere. Intensifying auroras, spiking geomagnetic pulses, and even radio signals becoming distorted. These disturbances seem to be directly related to the object's movements and their mysterious 9-hour cycles. But what was the cause? And more importantly, how could these objects be causing such an impact on Earth? Despite being so far away from our planet during the final stages of their approach, something equally strange happened. The objects disappeared from view after crossing the Earth's orbital plane. They disappeared from view altogether. Despite the best efforts of space agencies around the world to track them, they vanished. Official reports claimed they had made a safe pass, but internal data suggested otherwise. All 4 objects appear to have lost contact. At the same time, it was as if this cosmic event had ended as quickly and mysteriously as it had begun. For interstellar objects all hitting toward our solar system at the same time, all traveling in strangely synchronized orbits, how could this happen? Is it just a cosmic coincidence, or is there something more going on? The first key to understanding how these objects are discovered lies in the sophisticated technology astronomers use to peer deep into the cosmos. For decades, we have relied on optical telescopes to image distant stars, planets, and comets, but optical observations have limitations. They cannot see through dense layers of cosmic dust or detect the heat of cold, distant bodies. That's where infrared telescopes come in. They are designed to pick up the faint heat signatures emitted by distant bodies in space, allowing us to detect even the most elusive interstellar objects. Infrared alone doesn't tell the whole story. However, radar and radio arrays provide another piece of the puzzle. Sending signals to these bodies and measuring the signals that return to track their movements and behavior with incredible precision. In the case of these 4 interstellar objects, astronomers used a variety of these instruments to track their movements through space. The objects were first spotted by astronomers using infrared telescopes in Chile, Arizona, and Namibia. Radar systems then confirmed their orbits, and radio rays picked up strange energy pulses that reveal something truly bizarre. Their orbital paths matched almost perfectly. And that's where the real mystery begins. The odds of 4 interstellar objects aligning so precisely, traveling along the same cosmic corridor at the same time, are so statistically unlikely that they're almost incomprehensible. Statistically, the odds of such an alignment occurring are so small that scientists have calculated that they're less than 1 in 50 million. Typically, interstellar objects like Oumuamua, Mia, and Borisov follow unusual erratic orbits. These objects often travel long distances through space, coming from the depths of galaxies. They rarely interact with each other. Their orbits are unpredictable, their movements seemingly random. For example, Oumuamua, discovered in 2017, moved at incredible speeds. Unlike anything astronomers had seen before, and its elongated shape led to much speculation about its true nature. Similarly, Borisov, the second known interstellar comet discovered in 2019, has some unusual features, but follows a more conventional orbit. But what makes the current group of interstellar visitors so puzzling is their behavior. They are doing something no one expected. They are exhibiting unusual, inexplicable characteristics that challenge our understanding of comet behavior. For example, Green Wanderer is absorbing sunlight at an accelerated rate, with its energy curve increasing exponentially as it approaches the sun much faster than predicted. This behavior suggests that something inside the comet is amplifying the sunlight it receives. Is there an unknown process going on inside this object? And what about Comet Lemon? Its tail, which stretches for 100 million kilometers, is not only large but also erratic. Researchers have observed small, precise changes in its orbit that cannot be explained by gravity, alone raising the question of whether some other force is influencing its path. Then, there is the split light object. This comet flickers its light curve, alternating between cycles of light and dark, as if responding to an external stimulus. Even more curious, it appears to be emitting radio pulses with a cycle that matches the other objects. This 9-hour cycle has been detected in both Lemon and Green Wanderer, and now it's showing up in split light as well. Finally, there is Silent One, a dark asteroid that appears to be following the same orbit as the others, except it doesn't emit any light, not even a faint flicker. The object can only be detected by radar. And what's even stranger is that its rotation seems to be synchronized with radio pulses from other objects. The asteroid is rolling through space, but its rotation matches the 9-hour cycle found in comets. This cluster of objects raises many questions about the forces at work. How do these objects work? And what might drive their unusual movements? A common explanation for the behavior of comets and asteroids is outgassing, a process in which sunlight heats the frozen material inside a comet, causing gas and dust to be released, creating the characteristic tail. This outgassing is often what causes comets to accelerate and change direction. But the behavior of these 4 objects doesn't quite fit that mold. The origins of these objects are equally mysterious. Interstellar objects come from the vast regions between stars, so tracing their origins is a daunting task. These objects may have traveled vast distances before entering the solar system, perhaps coming from the farthest reaches of our galaxy or even beyond. But tracing their journeys to this point is nearly impossible given the vast distances and timescales involved. The fact that we can even detect them as they pass through the solar system is a remarkable feat, but understanding their origins is a much greater challenge. Some scientists speculate that these objects may be remnants of stars or planets from distant solar systems, or even material from a dead star or black hole. But without more data, it is impossible to say for sure. Are these objects part of some natural cosmic phenomenon? Or is there something more extraordinary going on? As scientists continue to analyze the data, several hypotheses are being considered, each offering a different potential explanation for the unusual gathering of these interstellar visitors. One of the first natural explanations that came to my mind was the idea that these objects could be fragments of a larger parent body, perhaps a comet or asteroid that broke apart on its journey through space. Over a time, the fragments would continue to follow roughly similar orbits as they were affected by the same force as gravity. This theory would help explain the alignment of their paths, as all the fragments would travel through similar gravitational corridors, perhaps even in a specific region of space, where the gravity of nearby stars or black holes was influencing their orbits. This idea of gravitational corridors has been explored by scientists before, but the alignment of these four objects combined with their unusual behavior suggests that there may be something much more complicated going on. Is there some local phenomenon that is affecting these objects in ways we don't yet understand? It's possible that unusual interstellar conditions are influencing their behavior. For example, those filaments, magnetic field structures, or other cosmic factors that we don't yet fully observe, could be creating an environment through which these objects are moving, acting almost like a conveyor belt that brings them to our solar system. But what if the answer isn't entirely natural? What if we're dealing with something far more extraordinary, a phenomenon that defies our entire understanding of the universe and technology? The hypothesis that these objects could be man-made probes sent by an extraterrestrial civilization is gaining increasing traction in the scientific community. Their uncanny synchronization, from their orbits to their precisely linearly repeats of radio emissions, seems to suggest a sophisticated system operating in unison, like machines programmed to coordinate a common mission. If this theory is correct, there are several details that could support it. First, the consistent and regular radio signals are key. Such stable emissions rarely occur naturally, and if they do have an ordered structure, it could suggest that the objects are transmitting information or responding to observations from Earth. They could also be acting as space scouts, machines sent to survey, monitor, or even communicate with us without our technology being fully developed. Another clue could lie in the materials they are made of. If future analysis reveals the presence of artificial alloys, rare elements, or crystal structures that do not exist in nature that would be indisputable evidence of their unnatural origins, the scientific community remains cautious. However, while the radio pulses from these four objects are rare, there is no hard evidence to suggest they could not be the product of natural processes. The 9-hour cycle could simply be a coincidence resulting from interactions between sunlight, comet rotation, and deep space magnetic effects. Or we could simply be witnessing a random resonance of cosmic forces, a complex physical dance that humans don't yet understand. Even if these phenomena turn out to be completely natural, they still open a new window into our understanding of the universe. And if, on the contrary, further evidence proves that there was an intelligent hand at work, then Greenwander, Lemonsuchen, Atlas, and 2024 Year 4 may come humanity's first messages from outer space. Subtle signals that we are not alone in the endless sea of stars. At the core of the mystery lies the gravitational pull on these objects. Could some unseen force be guiding their orbits in ways we don't yet understand? For example, the gravitational influence of nearby stars or even unseen planets could be influencing these objects. But more intriguingly, could there be a hidden or undetected object, something large enough to change their orbits lurking just out of sight? Could a planet, a rogue star, or something else in the far reaches of our solar system be influencing their motion? Could the gravity of an unseen object be shaping the orbits of these objects, causing them to converge toward Earth? As these objects have moved through the solar system, their presence has begun to impact Earth's environment. Auroras, geomagnetic micropulses, and interference with radio and satellite systems are all clear signs that these objects are interacting with Earth's magnetosphere in some way. What's particularly interesting is that these disturbances appear to follow the same cyclical pattern as the object's movements. suggesting a direct correlation between their appearance and changes in Earth's electromagnetic field. What does this mean for our planet? Are these objects leaving behind some form of cosmic wave that affects our atmosphere? Or is their interaction with Earth's magnetic field simply a temporary anomaly? The transit of these interstellar objects raises important questions about planetary defenses and our ability to monitor and respond to such cosmic threats. While the precise detection of these four objects represents impressive advances in space observation technology, it also highlights the many unknowns that remain. Are there other, potentially dangerous objects on their way to Earth that we have not yet detected?